So I am on the campus of Mary Baldwin University in Staunton, Virginia, located in the heart of the Shenandoah Valley. Now you may be wondering, why is there a 5-inch naval gun behind me, especially when I tell you that Mary Baldwin for most of its history was an all-female college? And the answer rests in the simple fact that for almost 100 years it was the neighbor of a prestigious prep school called the Staunton Military Academy, whose graduates include Barry Goldwater and Nixon's infamous White House counsel, John Dean. Unfortunately, the school went bankrupt in 1976, its whole campus absorbed by Mary Baldwin, including several brick buildings, a parade ground, and the school's deeply held belief that every campus looks better with artillery. So I'm here because I had to fly down to North Carolina to pick up a car and drive it back to New Jersey. And I just had to stop by and pay tribute to my favorite writer, Breece Pancake, who taught English here during SMA's final year of operation, 1975 to 1976. For a little background, Pancake graduated from Marshall University in 1974, taught for 1 year at the Fork Union Military Academy, and would go on after teaching here to study for 3 years at the University of Virginia before tragically taking his own life in April of 1979. I first read his stories when they were published in 1983 and was so fascinated by them, actually a more accurate word would be obsessed. I was so obsessed with them that I moved to West Virginia and lived there for 4 years between 1987 and 1991 for the sole reason that I wanted to experience firsthand the people and culture he depicted in this book. I even spent a year writing for a newspaper a mere 18 miles as the Mud River flows south of his hometown in Milton. But for brevity's sake, I am going to confine this video not to Pancake stories, not to my obsession with them, but to his letters home to his parents, particularly the ones he wrote when he first arrived here in September of 1975. Pancake was an avid letter writer, and for all the talk about his fiction, how dark it is, how unbearably grim, his letters home carry a kind of innocence that seems almost disarming. The only comparison I can make is to Opie Taylor if Opie had grown up and started writing home to Andy and Aunt Bee. I am going to read from 2 of his letters, the letters themselves collected in the 2002 edition of his stories, and here's a little context. When Pancake arrived here at the beginning of September, he did not know that his father had only days to live. For 3 years, his father had suffered from MS, and Pancake had spent the entire summer of 1975 at home helping his mother care for him. When he left for Staunton and his new job at SMA, his letters reveal he was only mildly concerned about his father's health. This is what he wrote when he arrived on September 4th. Dear Mom and Pop, SMA was even better than I anticipated. Outside of the great pay, the headmaster is a genuine educator, an artist, and easygoing as hell. One of the fringe benefits is Mary Baldwin College next door, a girls' school of great size. Of course, the snooker table is in walking distance. The rooms are small but plentiful. I can use as many as I like, all unconnected except by a hallway. I feel as if I shouldn't have left you at this time, but I want you to know I'll be home as soon as I can. Promise you'll call if you'll need me. If anything happens, call. Everything considered, this year promises to be much better than last. I'm going to Charlottesville to see Casey about, quote, sitting in on his classes, unquote. You may inform all concerned that I'm happy, beardless but happy, and give them my love. Mostly my thanks for summer and my love to both of you. You put up with me, and that says a lot. More as it develops. Love, Breece. There is nothing in the letters about Pancake going home for the funeral, but he did. And the next letter is dated September 14th, addressed only to his mother, and simply telling her he made it safely back to Staunton. 3 days later, he writes again, this time getting more personal and grappling for a way to soothe his mother's grief from afar. Dear Mom, I've been wanting to call you all week, but that probably isn't the best thing since we both have enough Fred in us to waste the time crying. I worry about you in the house alone. I hope you're doing okay. I know people won't leave you alone during the day, but the nights are hard even for me. You haven't said you'd be over, so I don't know what to think. I hope you come. I'm getting over a very bad cold and trying to keep up with my work. Things go on the same, it's almost absurd. Please tell Mama and Grandpa how proud I was to have them with us, and I'll try and write them tomorrow. I've written Aunt Julia, but I'm sure you'll hear about that. You held out so well, Mom, but I'm sure the thing has caught up with you now in the same way it has for me. If it helps any, I can assure you that Pop got exactly what he wanted. Many times we talked, and always he realized it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Despite it all, he had a grand sense of humor, and I'll never forget him laughing. I was lucky to have him for my father and friend. But we have to let him go, Mama. We can't keep him. We can only make him over in our own minds. I hope I haven't made things worse for you. I'm kind of clumsy that way. Most of all, remember I love you, Breece. I like to make music videos just for a hobby. I posted my first one on YouTube back in 2013, and I've never lost the habit. It's my way of expressing thoughts and memories that would otherwise just sit quietly in the back of my mind, just waiting to be summoned by the right soundtrack. Here is my musical tribute to Breece Pancake, set to a song by Mark Lanigan called Upon Doing Something Wrong. To me, it recalls the last words anyone ever heard him speak to his landlady, holding her ear to the screen door of his apartment and hearing his soft voice come from its shadowy depths. Yes, I'm sorry.
Monday's always raining, the fountain overflows until I have you again. Take care through the alley and from the corner down until I have you again. Until I have you again. Upon doing something wrong, I am sorry, woman. Upon doing something wrong, Sunday's always painful. The mountain tumbles down until I have you again. Step lightly through the garden, watch for the serpent there until I have you again. Till I have you again. Upon doing something wrong, I am sorry, woman. Upon doing something wrong, Monday's always raining, the fountain overflows until I have you again. Take care through the alley and from the corner down until I have you again. Until I have you again. something wrong. I am sorry, woman, upon doing something wrong. Monday's always raining, the fountain overflows.